1932 was also a year of decision for Americans. Republican President Herbert Hoover campaigned for re-election, only to find that everywhere he went, his name had become synonymous with failure. Shanty towns of unemployed men were now called Hoovervilles. Newspapers were Hoover blankets, empty pockets, Hoover flags.
The very first task of this country is to see that no man, woman, or child shall go hungry.
It was said of Hoover that even dogs took an instinctive dislike to him.
We have yet to go a long ways into capture.
And in the 1932 campaign, one man wired him, vote for Roosevelt and make it unanimous.
Strategy which we have established is
California, cast 44 votes for Franklin D. Roosevelt.
New York Governor Franklin Roosevelt was the Democratic Party candidate. He had been struck by polio in 1921. He was known more for his charm than his accomplishments. Most people were not sure what he meant when he promised a new deal to the American people.
friends, the time has come.
Neither was he. But Roosevelt appeared optimistic, confident, and he wasn't Herbert Hoover.
Our campaign slogan, Sissy.
Happy days are here again.
Good, that's right.
Roosevelt won in the greatest electoral landslide America had ever seen. And he faced perhaps the greatest challenge ever presented to an American leader. The 4 million unemployed of 1930 had turned into 16 million by 1933, 25% of the American workforce.
I mean, the American economy was in free fall. Economists disagree to some extent on this, but we could have lost everything in 1933. It was that bad.
I, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
On Inauguration Day, nearly 100,000 people braved a cold March morning to hear what the new president would do.
This great nation will endure as it has endured. Let me assert
That magnificent resonance coming out.
the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We have nothing to fear but fear itself. And everybody would look at each other, they'd nod their head.
Let us unite.
And when he'd say, my friends, everybody could feel he was talking to him. That was one of his friends, that was one of his people.
And me, a little black boy, down in Georgia, hearing that voice over the radio, you know, I felt it. It wasn't that he told it to Daddy and Daddy told it to me, or told it to Mama and me. No, he was talking to little Ossie sitting there listening to him. He could, through the magic of his voice and radio, reach out and involve you in the great adventure of making America work again.
Roosevelt moved decisively to restore confidence in the country's financial system. In one daring move, he closed the nation's banks and ordered the Treasury to rush them $2 billion in new currency.
Let me make it clear that the banks will take care of all needs.
The reaction was to his closing of the bank, thank God, somebody has come in and had done something.
When the banks reopened, deposits easily exceeded withdrawals. Rescuing the banks was only the beginning. In his first 100 days in the White House, Roosevelt moved at a breathtaking pace, regulating business, helping farmers, pumping new money into the economy. It was the most massive intervention in the lives of the American people the country had ever known. Roosevelt put people on the government payroll when private business didn't hire them fast enough. The wild boys of the road became part of the Civilian Conservation Corps, planting trees and building roads across America.
They shipped us out to the bottom of Grand Canyon. We'd build trails, you know, for people coming in sightseeing. We got $5 a month and they sent 25 home for your family to live on.
And here's was the federal government stepping in to help people. It may not have been enough. In some cases, it didn't help, but somebody was trying. And one had that feeling that maybe it was going to work.